So it's like this like skinny dom guy that's got like the ponytail. What do you call like the ponytail that has like a square of hair supporting it? I saw one earlier.
Right.
A square of hair?
You know what I'm talking about?
Like a
It's
top
like a
knot.
square of hair, and then there's a ponytail.
Top knot, kind of.
Yeah, I think it's a top knot.
It's very Asian.
Where the sides are
knot.
shaved,
Yeah,
but they have long
Top
someone
knot.
like that.
Yeah.
Top knot.
And then
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
This is what I'm talking about.
I'm talking about like an aquarium mechanic who has like
Well,
just has long
this
hair.
guy, but he has that. That's what he has.
That's not a dom.
And he's just
It's
like
a guy that's always wet.
Yes.
They're kind of wet all the time, and they have glasses that make their eyes all shiny.
Yes.
wet all the time.
Yes, bro.
They do not have cool glasses.
They have the weird, just standard glasses.
The free glasses.
Yeah, the regular glasses.
The little shallow rectangle glasses.
Yeah.
And they have
Yeah, that's like the guy that I've mentioned before, but he wrote only like Cthulhu poetry.
Yes.
In my one of my classes.
A cosmic horror fan.
Yeah, he's a cosmic horror fan who loves hacking.
And punch sex.
Yeah, he clearly has a very complicated sex life that you're like, oh,
But it's also
interesting.
like successful. That's the weirdest thing. Is like,
yeah.
they fuck a lot.
Yeah.
They
Well,
fuck
once
a
you
lot,
have
but
that
you're
hair, just people show up.
you just don't care. Yeah.
You're just oiling your hair in the park, and ladies come up to you and just are like, "Oh, what are you putting in your hair?"
Just chill at the mall.
You're just like, "Yeah, man, it's my own blend.
It's my own blend.
It's my
I make
own
it.
I don't take showers." And they're like that rules.
Yeah, they
It's
don't.
the guy
they-
from Any Freaks and Geeks fans.
Sure.
You know the guy that's really calm and he hangs out in the bathroom and gives everybody advice, but he's kind of kinky.
Yes.
That guy.
That guy.
He's like that.
The guy is just. I think that you're really just running from yourself.
Yeah.
They're always trying to. They
He's
say
just
weird
very
shit.
deep. Yeah.
Yeah, they're holding a stick of incense while they're talking to you.
Yeah, that guy.
They're just
They're
walking
burning
around,
sage,
just
yeah.
generally just moving the smoke
You're
around.
just running from yourself.
Oh, hi! You just caught me in the middle of my cleansing.
Yeah.
I just got done tying a girl up and fucking her. Now I'm cleansing my apartment. I was just reading a short story by Lovecraft.
Yeah.
Did you know what he named his cat? I found this
What is it?
so odd.
Oh wait, yeah, wait. It's
What
a funny
is it?
name, right? What do you name
Just
it?
the N-word.
Oh yeah,
It was just the N-word.
That's what it was.
Dang.
He had a
Whoa.
black cat
Big reveal.
named the N-word.
Most
Oh, yeah.
people did.
Lovecraft,
A lot of people did.
big racist.
The Hoover Dam dog. There's a famous Hoover Dam dog.
I don't know about the Hoover Dam dog.
He's just named.
I don't know
N-word.
about
He's
no
named the
dog.
N-word, but he would hang out while they're making the Hoover Dam, and they would make him a little lunch, and he would carry the lunch in his mouth.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, but his name was the N-word.
Did he?
But he was a black dog.
He would help drag the guys into the wet concrete. The guys who died
Yeah, all the
building the Hoover
guys,
Dam.
all the guys from the song "The Highwaymen" about the guy who died.
I think about that a lot.
Yeah,
Not the song, but I think about the guys who are
mention it.
entombed in the dam.
Yeah,
Merle Haggard was
yeah,
I was a dam builder,
yeah,
and I fucking ate shit and died.
yeah. Something happened. He falls in. Yeah, he falls into the concrete.
I breathe concrete.
I fell into the concrete.
I drowned in concrete, then I died.
And you're like, whoa.
A million years I'll spend my life.
You gotta listen. If anybody's a
In the
fan of
dam.
the song "Highwaymen," you need to listen to the song "High Women."
What?
It's from the women's perspective.
Oh,
And it
they
has
put
all these
their-
different ladies.
They all did different things.
They're like a witch at the Salem witch trials, or different lady stuff.
I was a pilot.
Yeah, I was.
I tried to fly around the globe.
Yeah, I was. Oh,
Amelia Earhart was my name.
yeah, that's pretty much the vibe.
My
yeah.
plane blew up and then I fell in the ocean.
Yeah,
And
or maybe
then I
a bunch of
died.
crabs ate my body. All the crabs were
that's
eating
true,
my
dude. They
body.
fucking this
The lobster
iron
coconut
horn
crabs are
inside
huge,
my
man.
Coconut crabs ate
The
her.
coconut crabs are vicious, bro.
Dude, she was eaten by the crabs.
I was eaten by some crabs.
I got a crab in my wing.
I fell onto this island and then the crabs ate my
I like to
body.
imagine that she just landed somewhere to like refuel and stayed.
Right.
And she just like was chilling in like Antigua.
I think she
Yeah.
met her lesbian lover somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She went to the Cayman Islands to refuel and just met a beautiful Irie lady.
So much stuff. It was so much easier to go
Someone
off
told
the
her
grid.
fortune that she died by crabs, and so they thought it was a coconut crab.
Cancer.
But she got
Cancer is also a crab.
Yeah, she got cancer.
Cancer.
And
She was
crabs.
also dating a cancer at the time.
She got crabs
also
from
got
a cancer.
Yeah.
Ain't that Isn't
Someone
it
call
ironic?
Kanye, what happens when you get crashed?
It's like crashing a plane
Crash from cancer.
when you're trying to fly around the world.
No. What is that?
Isn't it ironic?
That's the end. Isn't ironic? Yeah. I don't know.
It's like a plane.
Is that ironic? That's not even ironic.
Well, what she says
Look
in the
up
song
irony.
is ironic.
Look up irony.
Irony in the dictionary.
Right.
We
Have
got
you
a
guys
new
seen
dictionary.
Reality Bites?
The
In
soundtrack.
Reality Bites.
Big fan of the soundtrack.
You say.
Never seen it.
Ben Stiller directed.
I just opened it to the I section.
Wow, that's good mental.
I have goosebumps.
Right. But in it, Winona Ryder goes to try to get a job at the Houston Chronicle as a writer because it's set in Houston, and then the lady asks her like what irony is. I don't remember what the answer is. But,
What is the definition? Well, here, try to define irony while I look for it.
it's like rain.
It's like rain on your wedding day or a free ride when you've already paid.
A subversion of
What's expected?
yeah, it's something about expectation and maybe I don't know. Look it up.
What the fuck is happening?
IR.
PQR, LMNOP. All right.
Before
I'm
Q.
into double R's. Forgot the alphabet for a second, yo.
Yeah, Conrad's being a real double R right now.
I'm having a double R moment. Iron age, iron bark, iron dew.
What's iron bark?
Iron bark is any various Australian eucalyptuses having a hard, solid bark.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a tree. Iron worker. Irony. Long. Wow. Look. Wow. Okay.
Big one.
So much. A figure of speech in which the words express a meaning that is often the direct opposite of the intended meaning.
Oh,
That's irony.
okay. Yeah.
But so rain on your wedding day. We'll try to figure out how that's ironic.
'Cause you're
Second
happy.
definition: a
You're
technique of
happy.
indicating, as through character, plot development, and intention of attitude, opposite to that which is actually or ostensibly stated. That's
Right.
dramatic irony. Or
Right. Dramatic irony.
We know dramatic irony.
Yeah. Yes. Comedic irony.
Then there's Socratic irony, which is what is it, an outcome of events contrary to what was or might have been expected. That's irony on your. I guess rain on your wedding day is ironic
Because you didn't expect it.
You didn't expect it.
You thought it'd be sunny on your wedding day. You didn't think it would be raining.
And then a free ride when you've already paid, which is not a free ride.
I don't know. Yeah.
But that's ironic.
That is ironic.
That's like
I think
it's like nonsense
pretty
logic.
much most stuff is ironic. Yeah, unless it makes explicit sense.
Isn't it ironic? Then they're talking about
Maybe it's moronic.
So that's the definition of irony.
Moronic.
The definition of irony is a free ride when you've already paid, good advice that you just can't take, and who would have thought it'd figure? I'm gonna look up Socratic irony. Welcome to the
Socrates.
Welcome to the book.
What are you gonna? What are you looking up now?
Socratic irony.
They're not gonna help. It already gave you the definition. You already
just
read
said
it.
See Socratic irony.
Oh,
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't
but
matter.
it's the
We'll move
same.
on. We'll move on. We'll save the dictionary for when we need it most.
You gonna try my tongue twister?
You wrote a tongue twister?
Yeah, it's a work in progress.
Okay. I'll try it out.
But you gotta read it fast.
Okay. Vaudevillains. Vaudevillains.
Villian.
Vaudevillian. Is it Villian?
Yeah.
Oh shit. I thought it was villain. Vaudevillians.
Alright.
Vaudevillians. If ever the eye lie Viceroy Viscount vituperatively vivisecting. Viscount?
Viscount.
It's not Viscount?
No. Why
Okay.
would it be Viscount?
Just throwing it out there.
Viscount.
It's actually a sign of intelligence if you take a guess and read it phonetically. Vivisecting the viceroyalty, verisimilarly, venomousness.
Tripped you up. Tripped you up. Tripped you up.
I think you did, mostly just because I haven't heard of a lot of these words.
Yeah, got your ass.
Very similarly, that is a tongue. The word.
Yeah.
World's shortest tongue twister.
Oh yeah.
Venomousness, evil, the venomousness of the verisimilitude of vainglorious viscountesses.
Viscount.
Viscount. I told you it was a sign of intelligence.
Right. How many times will you have to mispronounce Viscount before it becomes dumb?
as many times as it takes.
Okay.
Viscountess's vouchsafements, venomousness of vile fever, few vasectomy of vacuous, sustained, insurmountable, Sisyphean surreptition. I was on a roll there and I fucked up.
Keep going.
If either orange ample apple, sliced orange apple, and an orange sliced scalpel, apple for ripe fruit, omni apples in Tegucigalpa, with Pablo Diego Jose Francisco de Paula Juan Nepomuceno, Maria de los Remedios Cipriano de la Santísima Trinidad Ruiz y Picasso.
That's Picasso's full name.
That's a good approach to a tongue twister. It's just like a name, just like a bunch of proper nouns in a row.
Picasso's full name. I was like, I bet there's some.
It
I
gave
was
me
like,
gas.
these Spanish guys have long ass names.
Pablo Diego Jose Francisco de Paula Juan Nepomuceno Maria de los Remedios Cipriano de la Santísima Trinidad Ruiz y Picasso. Holy shnikes. How long is your name?
Just 2, 3.
3?
Andrew. Yeah. I gotta get. I think if you get married some more, if you get married a couple times, then it helps. Or I don't know who all those people are.
I think they're his
His
grandparents.
grandparents.
His
yeah.
godparents.
You gotta work him in.
There's grandparents and his godparents.
He's been baptized
There we go.
27 times.
You have to, yeah. The more times you get baptized, the more names you get.
Baptized.
Yeah. 3 names. Bullshit.
Vaudevillians. If ever the Viceroy, Viscount, vituperatively vivisecting the Viceroyalty vermicerally.
Twisted. Tongue. Twisted.
Try the
I'm
Picasso. Try the Picasso
Picasso.
part. Skip
Forehead. Misted. Tongue. Twisted.
Whoa.
Bars.
With Pablo Diego Jose Francisco de Paula Juan Nepomuceno.
We're at the graduation.
Maria
and Union
De-
is the assistant principal reading Pablo Picasso's name.
Dean Union.
Maria de los Remedios
Just get the diploma. Just come here.
He's waiting.
Santissimo
He's waiting on the other side of the stage.
Trinidad Ruiz y Picasso.
Standing there with Pablo's
Nodding.
standing there just waiting to walk up.
Big applause.
Right.
Pablo Cimentio. Pablo Cimiento. Nacimiento. Tranquilísima. De Santísimo Fantasma.
I think it's okay.
Picasso.
You can read anything if you sound scared.
All right, I'm gonna try to go.
You wrote
Oh,
this.
man.
Now you wrote this.
Right.
So,
But I was like, I'm gonna try to write one that's hard to read.
right.
I was thinking that.
Was this a sprint? This was a sprint, right?
I did a lot of it, and then I'm just throwing stuff in.
I like
It took 10 hours.
It's sort of just a collage of different ideas.
It's a pastiche.
It's not just one idea.
A
I feel
thought-
like a lot of tongue
thought
twisters are
pastiche.
just 1 or 2 ideas.
Mm-hmm.
This I came up with 7, 8 ideas.
That twists the tongue.
That's
more.
what I'm saying. Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Would you go back to back? We're doing American Ninja Warrior for your mouth here. It's not just we're not just doing the salmon ladder. Okay,
Yeah.
we're gonna do it's what you have to do before you get to the salmon ladder.
We're doing the giant wave that you have
Right.
to jump up. We're doing
Yeah, exactly.
the angled pads over the water.
right.
Doing the big.
You don't know the names. It's really messed up.
The big tube. You gotta.
No,
just
they all
latch
have great
onto.
names.
The big tube.
That's never the name.
It's called the tube.
I know the salmon ladder.
The salmon ladder. I didn't even know the
Salmon ladder is where you have the pipe and you have to you're doing a pull up on a pipe.
Oh yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
keep having to go up or
Yeah.
run.
That's
That's
one.
the
That's
salmon
one of them
ladder.
where I watched that and it's like, oh, this is in the course. I
I could
fucked.
never do that.
I would
yeah.
be fucked. All the other things I got.
Yeah, you could
I got
for sure.
them down.
Yeah.
Gripping the balls, doing the pull-ups. You have to walk. You have to do monkey bars, but holding orbs.
Yeah.
That, dude, what?
You could do it.
I could do it.
Yeah.
They were big
Only
old
the
boobs.
salmon ladder.
They had big old nipples on them.
Yeah.
That would encourage me to grab them.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Look at
Trying to suck them.
Vaudevillians. If ever the eye lie viceroy viscount vituperatively vivisecting the viceroyalty verosimilarly venomousness evil the venomousness of the verisimilitude of vainglorious viscountesses vouchsafements venomousness of vile feverfew vasectomy of vacuous sustained insurmountable sisyphusian surreptition. If either apple sliced orange apple and an orange sliced scalpel apple for ripe fruit Omni apples in Tegucigalpa with Pablo Diego Jose Francisco de Paula Juan Nepomuceno Maria de los Remedios Cipriano de los Santísima Trinidad Ruiz y Picasso.
What is the Omni apples in Tegucigalpa? That's a sick. That's bars.
Right, Omni apples.
We're just extracting bars.
Omni apple.
We're just extracting bars from tongue twisters. Very good. Very good.
You gotta write one.
I do
It's
need
not
to write
hard.
one. Yeah, that's the next.
You kind of just do it.
The next ep, I'll have a tongue twister for you, and it'll fuck you up so bad.
Did we get the
It'll
emails?
fucking ruin you.
Did anybody email us?
I
Any tongue
didn't
twisters?
see any emails.
Do we have any emails?
No one emailed us.
No one reached out.
Nobody.
That's
Oh,
fine.
that one. I emailed this to it. But yeah, we got great stuff.
We got
great stuff.
Actually, we got 2 security alerts, but
Oh, nice.
Two security
Where are they
alerts?
logging in from? Russia?
Mac OS.
New device.
I think it was me.
Nice. I got the
And
Mac.
Maybe somebody else. I don't know.
We got hacked.
By
That's
us,
big.
By ourselves.
There was a pass key added to the account. I don't know what that means.
We don't know the pass key. Do you know the pass key?
We know that.
I think so. I don't know.
We for sure know it.
Oh yeah, I remember it.
That's the password.
It's just mine. It's just me. It's just Conrad is
Probably.
dumb, right?
Yeah.
No, don't say it. Stop saying it.
Yeah. Fuck.
I'm gonna change it now.
Why did you say
Because
the
I'm-
password? to
Because
the
it was
email?
mean to me, and I wanted it changed.
Sure, man.
This is how I planned it. all along.
Wow, that's pretty Machiavellian of
I
you.
was in control the whole time. Yeah, I'm the puppet man. I pull the strings. I pull the levers.
The password is now Conrad is even dumber.
You got that's what you think.
There's one There's one capital letter, not the one you think.
You got
Not the one you think.
You got to figure out where.
What the cap is.
Yeah, that's what you all think. That's what you would all
would
love
think that
to
was the
believe.
capital letter.
Oh, you thought it was that one?
Idiot.
Fool.
Okay, are you ready to read the books?
Turn off your car. Turn your car off. What if that lines up with somebody who's just like arriving somewhere? Is like turning off their car?
That would be crazy.
Park. Park now.
You came in when you came through the door earlier when we were watching Garrison Keeler, and he said something about someone coming through the door right when you came through the door.
No shit.
Yeah,
Yeah. This is a good day.
it was like that. Yeah,
This is a good day.
it's gonna be good. Yeah,
I think it's because it's Easter or something.
right.
But
Who knows?
a lot of things are lining up.
All right, I got
Alright.
the book again. I got
Cool.
the same book.
Oh, so we have some short
This is
stories.
Alex Sweet's Texas. It's like humorous essays that were published in the newspaper
Funny, Texas funny.
in
though.
the 1870s.
Texas style.
Right. It's
Jokes.
about San Antonio.
Yeah.
These are about San Antonio.
And how there's some big women in San Antonio.
There's a lot of stuff in them. So we're gonna read the sidewalks one, and then maybe this one about the river. That's right after.
Okay.
Oh, and the ditches. Yeah, we're gonna read the sidewalks and the ditches
And the rivers.
and the rivers.
the three landscapes of
Right.
San Antonio. What would you prefer? What's your favorite
The-
to walk in and
The
around?
ditches.
Ditches.
The ditches.
I like a ditch.
Or they have the
ditch is
river
nice.
walk there. It's now they have a
That's sort of a river in a ditch.
right. It's a fake river.
It's sort of it's fake.
I think so, or it's like concrete at the
What?
bottom. I think.
You're fucking with me. Damn it.
I
That's
don't
fun
know,
though.
but I
River
think it
walk's
was
good
just a
time.
weird ditch that was gross, and they were like, "We should make it a real good one."
It was where everybody threw their shit.
Yeah, well, we'll learn about that in this.
Oh, okay.
That's what we're gonna learn about.
Sorry for hypothesizing.
Yeah, it might be even
You gonna
worse. I'll start, I guess.
All right.
Okay, this is called San Antonio Sidewalks. There's a little picture, and it shows this guy tripping on the sidewalk. And there's guys laughing at him, and they have cowboy hats on.
See, I can relate to this easily.
The San Antonio River flows through the city. A range of hills with a gradual elevation of 200 feet almost surround the valley in which San Antonio is situated. The city is latitude 29 degrees 30 inches north. 30 feet? I don't know how to do.
Logistics.
Do you know how to do longitude and latitude? What's the little apostrophe? How do you say that, I wonder?
Oh, I don't know.
29 degrees 30 feet? I think it's feet because it's like inches with the little apostrophe.
That's what I thought it would be.
Okay, we'll
but
say
I have
feet.
no fucking
Who knows?
clue. It's
Longitude
logistics.
98 degrees 24 feet.
You don't need to worry. where
Its
shit
altitude
is.
above sea level of the Gulf of Mexico is 687 feet. Average temperature spring 96.90 or 69.9 degrees, summer 83.5 degrees, autumn 68.9 degrees, and winter 52.9 degrees.
Okay.
San Antonio is now a city of about 22,000 inhabitants. Of this number, about 6,000 are Mexican and 6,000 German.
I bet it's the same
It's still that,
ratio
still that same ratio.
today.
But it's guys with big trucks.
It is mostly just all the types of guys who love big trucks
Official notices and advertisements are printed in 3 languages.
and accordions.
On a bridge over the San Antonio River, there's a signboard on which appears the following notice: "Walk your horse over the bridge, or you will be fined." And then it says that in German and Spanish.
Nice.
Those are the 3 languages. These notices are not by any means literal translations of each other. Each shows something of the characteristics of the nationality to which it is addressed. The American is told to walk his horse or he will be fined. The appeal has a financial aspect. The German is advised fast riding ist verboten, is forbidden. It is only necessary to notify the law-abiding German that it is forbidden. To the Mexican, the command is more in the nature of a threat. Go slow with your horse, o teme la ley, or fear the law.
Whoa. So they tuned all the messages to
be more racist. Yeah.
for the races.
Yeah.
To make all the different races
Yeah.
understand it the
To
best.
know who likes them. Yeah.
The criminal Mexican.
Commerce Street, which crosses this bridge
They
and
only
connects
respond to
the
threats.
2 principal plazas, is the chief thoroughfare of the city, and most of the business houses are on it. The street is not quite crooked and very narrow. An ox team cannot turn on it. When one vehicle passes another, there is hardly room for the dog to escape. The sidewalks are 3 feet wide, and when the small man meets the large man, the small man steps out into the gutter until the large man passes.
That's how it is now, brother.
These sidewalks are indescribably rough and uneven.
Am I too quiet?
Just a little bit.
I can scream.
There's a little footnote here, and it says, since this chapter was written, some improvements have been made in the sidewalks. Author's note.
It's cool that the sidewalks here in Texas have always been wide.
They're really bad.
That was the first thing I noticed when I moved here.
I think he's describing that they are small.
3 feet is huge.
The sidewalks are 3 feet wide. When the small man meets the large man, the small man steps out into the gutter until the large man passes. He's describing
that it's small.
that it's small. That's the point of this illustration, is that
Holy
it is small.
shit. Are they bigger than 3 feet now? I want to go outside and measure the
There's
sidewalk.
different. I don't know. He's talking about like in the main street where everyone's walking all the
Okay,
time and
yeah.
stuff. You know what I mean? Like 6th Street or something.
Right. I do stand in the gutter when the large man passes.
Yeah. Okay. They are composed of pieces of rock of different sizes placed at every imaginable angle over which a pedestrian can stumble. There's only one uniform thing about the San Antonio sidewalk, and that is its uniform hardness. There are, however, along this Via Dolorosa, quite a number of well-furnished drugstores in which the pleasure-seeking pedestrian can be carried when he needs splints and arnica, or when he wants an ankle joint adjusted.
That's so funny. The sidewalks just suck so bad that there's a whole industry for crutch makers and
Right.
Ankle doctors.
It's a great spot if you're going into that sort of
just
thing.
don't fix the sidewalk. Just be an ankle doctor.
The aged gentleman before alluded to accompanied the doctor and me on our first stroll through the city. Our route from the Alamo Plaza was through Commerce Street. The aged gentleman could see nothing in San Antonio, but what was superior to everything else of the same kind to be seen anywhere else. If a cloud of dust came along to fill our nostrils, eyes, and lungs, he would call attention to the beautiful Gulf breeze that mitigated the heat of summer. If we had been ankle deep in mud, he would have reminded us that the San Antonio soil was very rich, alluvial, and 6 feet in depth. All right, I'm gonna popcorn Conrad.
Okay. This, said he, tapping with his cane one of the boulders on the pavement, is none of your slippery asphalt or Nicholson that wears out in a year and has to be repaired every month. This, sir, is rock, solid rock, native rock. And these sidewalks you see here have not been repaired in 20 years. They are just as the Mexicans built them. So this is a guy who loves San Antonio and will not take shit
Right.
on the sidewalk.
Anytime anybody's complaining, he's like, actually, it's really cool.
Yeah, it's actually you're wrong. This is
Even
a
though
good
we're really
feature.
muddy, it is really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sinking in mud and tripping on rocks constantly, but that's how the Mexicans built it. I was about to say that they looked as if they had been built by an earthquake when I was startled by the noise made by someone stumbling and falling on pavement. It was myself.
Whoa.
As soon as I regained my feet, the aged gentleman remarked blandly, "You are not accustomed to good, solid sidewalks." Oh, you clearly don't know how to walk.
Wow, you're not really ready for this.
He said walk much.
This is pretty next level walking.
Yeah.
Er,
It's sort of an advanced walking city. He was going to say something more, but he unexpectedly stumbled over an obstruction of the tertiary formation and went headfirst into a fruit shop. After explaining and apologizing to the proprietor, he went on to state that the street was much more picturesque than the straight streets of modern cities, where the houses were all uniform in size and architecture. Then he stopped and, looking up, was about to point out some object of interest on the roof of the house when a Negro boy, carrying a tray full of dinner on his head, collided with us.
Whoa.
The doctor got some soup on his pants, and the aged gentleman was not forgotten in the matter of vegetables. The doctor inquired, "Why did the founders of the city not build the streets straight?" It is a little out of line.
Good question.
It is a good question. Why didn't they build them straight? I think the U.S. is the only place that makes like straight streets. Anyway, it is a little out of line, said the aged gentleman, but originally it was straight. There's an old legend regarding it which is very touching. When the Spanish fathers came here first, they camped just where Jack Harris's Variety Theater is now. Then there's a footnote that I will
We can't.
not be
I think
reading.
they're in the back. Yeah. I don't know.
No time for that.
I've read them before.
Jack Harris, we love you.
It's probably like it's not there anymore. There's something stupid there now.
Oh, nice. You read the footnote. That's good.
It says that, I bet.
One of the party, full of holy zeal, started out to begin the work of evangelizing the wild Indians who are camped out about where the Menger Hotel is.
I've been there. I've stayed there. I've stayed
Oh,
at the Menger
nice.
Hotel.
Is it nice?
Yeah.
Cool.
It's haunted.
I bet by these wild Indians
Yeah.
who wouldn't accept the word of God. The good father went as far as where the Commerce Street Bridge is now located, searching for an Indian. His zeal was rewarded. He found one. The Indian at the same moment discovered the Padre. Before the Holy Father could raise his voice in praise, the Indian raised a howl that could have been heard at the head of the river.
Right.
The monk's legs were short, but the speed with which he returned to camp could have done credit to an antelope. The Indian attempted to overtake him, and in his zeal to place himself under Christian influences, he planted several arrows in the person of the missionary, who, taking a beeline for camp, succeeded in making his escape. The fast time made by the monk was regarded as a miracle. Commerce Street was laid out exactly as the Padre ran, and was as straight as a shingle. That's touching, isn't it?
So he was shot with arrows and he ran really fast.
Yeah, he ran really straight, and that's why the street is
Oh,
straight.
there's a little picture of the guy and he has all these arrows in his butt.
This is a good drawing. This kind of looks like you,
It's cool.
in a way.
Sure.
And that's me shooting you with arrows.
Right. Very flattering of yourself.
Yeah, I look good. Planting arrows in a missionary. So Commerce Street is straight.
Because that's the way he ran after he got shot in the ass.
You heard it here first, folks. Because there was a guy getting shot in the ass. But how did it come to be so crooked? Asked the doctor. That shows you are a stranger, and that you have never seen San Antonio in a real muddy time. The old Spaniards staked out by the lots and building sites on each side of the street. But before they began to build, a heavy rain fell and the soil became liquid. Consequently, the street flopped about like an eel in a mud puddle. After the mud had dried up and they came to examine the stakes, they found that the street had dried up crooked. As they could not wait for another rain to make it pliable, they built along the crooked line and thus made it permanent. They had to abide by the stakes they had driven into the ground. Hence, many of the lots have 14 corners. I mean, we're not redoing it. We're not doing it again.
We're gonna do it again.
We already put them down. We'll just
So what? There's 14 corners.
fuck it.
How many corners do you want? How many corners will make you happy?
It's more corners. Oh, you just have 4?
Okay, we'll take away some of yours.
You just have 4 corners? Cool. I have 14.
Right. That's a great lot.
That's a good lot. It's an intricate lot. It's just all the stakes moved. Fuck it. We'll do it live. We've been. Have you been to see our old missions built in the 17th century? Said the aged gentleman.
Yes.
You've seen them?
I've just seen the Alamo, I guess.
All I've seen is the Alamo. That's not a mission. That's a fort.
A mission.
And then he went on to tell us all about them. But we do not remember having met a native in San Antonio who did not ask us if we had been to see these missions, or who failed to describe their architectural beauties with a minuteness of detail that was cruel. Popcorn Union.
Where are we?
We're right after cruel. Up at the top of the page.
But to return to the San Antonio streets, the old Spaniards had moved away. I don't know where they moved to, but they left the streets behind them. They are regarded as such sacred relics that some of them have never been repaired since. Some of these streets have been widened and that a modern alderman and a loaf can pass each other without lightering.
Lightering?
And
What is a loaf?
A loaf?
Was it an alderman and a loaf?
Oh, and a load of hay. I'm sorry.
A load of hay.
Can pass each other without lightering.
Of course.
I've seen a couple loafs in San Antonio.
Lightering.
As an alderman myself.
In order to widen the streets, the property of private individuals had to be encroached on.
No.
And so soon
No, sir.
as the
Over my dead fucking body.
as that is suggested,
Over my old lang syne.
property rises as if they were a volcano under it. On some of the principles, it is impossible for a railroad train to run over anything but a pure Durham cow. If
Hey, Adam.
at a foot and a half is taken from a lot, that much land becomes worth as much as, if not more than, the whole is assessed at.
Right.
Under these circumstances, the convention gradually draws on the taxpayer. That is, as either he has been systematically swindled by low assessments, or else an attempt is being made to enrich property owner out of the city treasury.
True.
Well,
Popcorn.
Two sides of the coin. The San Antonio City Council is taking vigorous measures to make itself unpopular, and with very unflattering prospects of success, an ordinance is being introduced to compel merchants to keep their empty dry good boxes off the pavements, which goes to show that the days of feudal despotism are not yet over. Not even an inspired pin can describe the condition of the San Antonio sidewalks. If a stranger really wants to understand how bad those of Commerce Street are, let him undertake to walk backwards down a steep pair of stairs in the dark with a cooking stove in his arms. After he and the cooking stove have reached the bottom, which they will do without much exertion on their part, he will be in the same frame of mind and body that the stranger is when he undertakes to saunter along a San Antonio sidewalk, except that when he falls downstairs, he will probably strike a carpet. But when he strikes hardpan on the sidewalk, he rests cozily on sharp-cornered pieces of hard sandstone set up edgewise. Otherwise, the illustration is perfect. That sentence was nuts.
San Antonio is great because if you fall down, it'll kill you.
Yeah, it'll kill you.
Our sidewalk is made of knives.
There is on Commerce Street, nearly opposite the National Bank, a hole in the pavement, as it is humorously called, a hole in which, on an average, 5 persons sprain their ankle daily. Being a hole in the ground, it is not an obstruction in the legal sense of the word. Consequently, it cannot be removed.
It is not legally a hole.
No, it's not a obstruction.
But it's a
'Cause
hole.
if it was some kind of a lump, you could remove the lump. But
Right.
it's a hole, so you'd have to fill it in.
It's almost
It's not. It's more of an absence.
Yeah, it's not an obstruction.
aesthetic.
What is that?
Consequently, it cannot be removed. The owner of the property has been
Dig out the hole.
noticed to take the hole inside the store, just the same as if it were a wooden Indian or dry goods box. But he knows his rights and leaves it out all night. A special ordinance will have to be drawn up to cover the hole, or it will remain open all summer. But to return to the dry goods boxes I've just left. What? Okay, that's the end of the sentence.
Just like a city council
merchants-
meeting about the hole.
The merchants, in the goodness of their hearts, put dry goods boxes on the sidewalk for the very purpose of obstructing them. As long as the sidewalks are not blocked up, people will imagine they are intended for pedestrianism. And whenever they make that mistake, they have to be carried endwise into the drugstores.
Wait,
The idea, however, if you are under the misapprehension that you will be participating in pedestrianism on the sidewalks, you are
I'm
sorely
confused.
mistaken.
Are we supposed to walk in the street?
No,
You're just supposed to not. You're just supposed to know the sidewalks aren't good for walking.
I'm just
and that will put
supposed-
you in the right mindset for walking.
I'm just supposed to fuck myself?
You
Yes,
have to
yes.
be carried.
Right.
I have to be carried?
Well, if you do, no, if you take a mind of pedestrianism, you will fall and have to be carried into the drugstore because you
To
got
get my
too comfortable.
ankle- yeah, to
you
get
get
my
too
ankle
comfortable
fixed.
walking.
Like,
But when you put the dry goods boxes out, that helps you.
it helps me
It
realize
helps you be like, okay, dang, okay, it's
I'm
hard.
not
out here.
shit.
It's hard. Yeah,
I ain't shit.
it's hard to walk.
The sidewalk rules. Rules my
To the
life.
side, okay. If the city were to require the wealthy property owners to lay down good pavements, they would hold indignation meetings and suggest mob violence. Some few persons who have made the ascent or descent of the San Antonio streets may think the foregoing exaggeration. Not so. Those who die of lack of pavement facilities appear in the mortuary report as having died of some Latin name nobody understands. The matter is thus hushed up so as not to deter capitalists from investing in the town property.
So people are just dying constantly.
Right, but when
They call it
when they report
mortuous-
it, they don't. Yeah.
Mortuus calamentos. They go, oh man, that sounds serious. That's crazy.
So yeah, those are the
The
sidewalks.
sidewalks suck ass.
They're really
San Antonio
bad,
sidewalks,
but they're very
still bad.
hard.
They're
That
very-
hard part sounds nice. Yeah.
They're bad, but at least they're hard and sharp.
Right.
That's what we learned
They're
from
hard.
the story.
You want a hard one.
You want a hard sidewalk.
Well, you don't want it soft. That sounds muddy. and
Right, but I
gross.
want it box free. I like my sidewalks
No.
hard, box free,
Right. Well,
and
hey, capitalism.
conducive to pedestrianism.
No. You should have a carriage. I
As
think.
an urbanist.
It's mostly just you should have a horse, I think.
Yeah, but what?
You need to have a horse.
It's the sidewalk. It's got the word walk.
Right, but you're supposed to ride your horse from one place to another and then just walk when you get to there for a little bit on the sidewalk before you go inside.
Yeah.
Just take your horse.
That's why I didn't know that the sidewalks were ever like not for walking.
They're like now,
Oh
like
my
currently. You mean how they've always been?
God. They're for walking now. What do you
No.
mean?
What if instead of like cars, we did sidewalks
I'm doing cocaine.
for horses,
Right.
horse trails?
Horse lane,
Yeah, horse
bicycle lane, but it's a horse lane.
Horse lane.
That'd be good.
I've seen that.
You've seen that.
Seen that. Seen
There's a horse lane.
No,
You're
hor-
saying there's
horses-
a horse lane
horses
somewhere.
in the bike lane.
Oh, sure. I mean, there's horses in the bike lane, but it's not a horse
We need
lane.
a horse lane.
Does not make it
Dedicated horse lane.
horse lane.
Dedicated horse lane just for.
Horses only.
You should be allowed to trade your car in and get a free horse.
Yeah.
And then that would lower emissions and that would increase the horse population in the city and everybody wins. Adam, do you want to read? What do we got next? Ditches,
Yeah, we got the
Pits.
ditches.
holes,
Yeah, I think we'll maybe just hit the ditches, and then if the thing I'm
Slime.
just expecting something, and it could be the ditch or the river.
sludge pockets, the river.
Right, but we got the ditch. I think
I
we'll
like
get
the
everything we
river.
want out of the ditch.
Okay.
I think the ditch will be.
I have a strong connection to rivers.
Oh, Okay.
And ditches, I guess.
I'm gonna go. Okay.
Go with the ditches.
After 1718, when Franciscan friars established the mission San Antonio de Valero, the Alamo, construction was begun on a series of ditches, acequias, for the purpose of irrigating the cultivated fields surrounding the complex. Evidently, the ditches were a great success, for enough food was raised to support both the missionaries and the Indians who lived there. However, by the late 19th century, these now useless meandering trenches had become pest holes, which bred disease, and much debate about their disposal. Alexander Sweet solves the problem in his column.
All right.
Here it is.
Here we do it.
Here it is.
Here we do it.
There's considerable curiosity, particularly on the part of those who have had fever, to know where all the malarial comes from. There seems to be a 2/3 majority in favor of putting the blame on the irrigating ditches. And if the old Spaniards who dug them centuries ago were alive, I verily believe the grand jury would indict them for having perpetrated a nuisance. The ditches were dug originally for the purpose of assisting the climate in raising an annual corn crop. There was really no need for the ditches. If the Spaniards had been willing to plow deep and give the corn a little encouragement with a hoe after the manner of the New Braunfels Germans, the chances are that the ditches would have been of no more account than an average municipal government. But that looked like work, and the Spaniards had a prejudice against it. I spoke of the Spaniards digging these ditches. Spaniards digging these ditches. His statement requires modification, a good deal of it too. The way the Spaniard helped the Indian dig the ditches was to shake a horse pistol at low whenever he paused in his labors to rest the pain in the small of his back. The Spaniard would rest under the shade of a tree nearby and play 7-Up for the beer and shake horse pistols at the poor red working men all day.
Oh, man.
But the horse pistol was not the only incentive the Indian had. The priest promised him a blissful future beyond the grave. Between those two inducements, the whole San Antonio River was soon laid out in ditches. Oh, San Antonio Valley. These ditches are there yet, but Lowe has changed his voting precinct to a land that is fairer than this, where no matter how thick the priests and Spaniards may be, there are no irrigating ditches to be dug in warm weather with inferior implements.
I do not want to work hard.
Yeah. This is the
I'm
present
going to
use
fill the
of the
ditch with
irrigating ditches. As far as I could see, they are not of much use except for strangers to fall into at night and to create malarial and typhoid fevers. Also to throw dead cats and other things people don't care to have about the house into after dark when the police are busy taking their rest.
This is like Mel's Hole.
Yeah, to say those ditches are filthy is to use language as feeble as Watts's hymns for infant minds.
Damn.
Every spring, just about this time of the moon, those ditches have to be excavated and cleaned out. If they were not, the people would have no place to deposit those things which the city ordinance requires should be carted out of town.
Where am I going to throw my dead animals?
Where am I going to put my dead cat? Whenever the people begin to buy quinine and to drag themselves about with the agility of a wet fly crawling up a pane of glass on a cold day,
quinine,
then you may know that those infernal ditches are being cleared of their unhealthy sediment. Okay, popcorn.
I want to do some quinine.
Yeah.
It's like old. It's
malaria
like
medicine?
old heroin. No, I think it's malaria medicine, but I think it like dopes you up.
I bet.
I think it's just.
I bet
like,
all of this stuff does.
It's probably just pure heroin. Where are you? Infant minds? Sediment? But what shall we do with these miles of ditches? I have never heard but one man make a practical suggestion on the subject. His ideas were so original that I give them for what they are worth. I don't know how much that is, but I give them anyhow. Said he, you can use these ditches to bury people in. Use them for a cemetery.
Yes.
That's okay.
It's rules.
That's just logical.
This is what I wanted.
They're putting dead dogs in there.
This is what I remembered, yeah.
What about dead people? He pronounced it cemetery, which I don't know how it... I guess I say cemetery like it has an I in it.
Scimitar.
Like he put it in parentheses.
Cemetery.
He pronounced it cemetery.
Right.
When the am I supposed to say cemetery?
Who knows?
This is a dangerous conversation.
Yeah, man.
This is horrible.
It's the 1800s.
Cemetery.
Yeah.
It will save grave digging. Just plant your leading citizens all the
Yes.
way
Yes.
along up to the head of the river
Yes.
for 3 or 4 miles, taking the length of all the ditches. You would have 45 miles of unrivaled cemetery privileges. Think of all the dead people we could put in here. No other city in the world would have a graveyard 45 miles long.
This is what I was looking for. I was like, there's something. He does some really funny stuff about he wants to bury people in the river.
You're now entering San Antonio, home of the world's largest graveyard.
The longest graveyard.
The world's longest graveyard. That's my favorite Adam Sandler movie. It would be the great inducement to invalids to visit your city. It would be a great inducement to invalids to visit your city. Yeah,
Invalids would love.
goth people would love to come here. How monotonous it is, on reporters in particular, to always be riding out to the same cemetery. You might attend a funeral, obsequies. Obsequies?
Obsequious?
Obsequies. Obsequious?
I don't know what the word is.
Obsequious.
Oh, you might attend a funeral obsequious. I don't know. Should we look it up?
We're going dictionary
Obsequies.
break. We need music for this. I think that's illegal.
It's
I
at
think
the
Jeopardy
top.
music's illegal.
I can only do it twice.
Usually, it's a funeral
Out.
right.
Out of the public domain.
Obsequy.
Obsequy?
Obsequy.
I say obsequy?
Yeah.
All right.
Obsequy.
Okay.
A funeral rider ceremony.
Okay. You might attend a funeral obsequy.
That's a bit tautological. Yeah,
It's a little bit tautological.
Wait, say it.
He already said the word funeral.
a bit tautological.
What is it?
Oh, obsequies is a funeral rite.
But it's a
Obsequy.
funeral obsequies in the book, so it's like ATM machine.
Sure.
It's a little redundant.
We know it's not a wedding obsequy.
It's not. It's not a quinceañera obsequy.
Right.
You might attend a funeral obsequy in the morning on the upper labor ditch on the west side of town, and in the afternoon you might have a picturesque ride up to the old Alamo on the east side of town. Instead of buying a cemetery lot 24 feet by 26, families could purchase 175 yards of graveyard with meanders. In a few years, say a couple of thousand, after all these ditches have been utilized in this way, and everybody has forgotten all about it, some geologists will discover bones of a similar kind, extending in a continuous line from the bend of the river 3 miles above town to 4 miles below, and he will publish it to the world that he
There
has
you go.
discovered the remains of
Boom.
a pre-Adamic reptile 7 miles long, and knocked Darwin higher than a kite. Higher than 2 kites!
Get his ass.
All of which would be a great thing for San Antonio. So a great thing for San Antonio would be to trick Charles Darwin.
But thousands of years from now.
That guy's really thinking of... I've
Thousands of
never
years from
thought
now.
about that.
About making funny fossils for the geologists to
I've
find?
never thought about that. I guess I'm just not
all,
that funny.
All me and Union talk about when you're not here.
Is how to prank people.
Yeah, how to
1,000
prank
years
the paleontologists in the future.
in 3,000 years.
Yeah. Yeah. Next level shit. Nathan Fielder would never understand what we're doing here.
I'm gonna be the funniest guy in the year 4000.
Once they find my house.
I'm gonna be like you're kind of gonna be like Aesop.
Right.
Or something like
Vesuvius, Yeah.
People probably hated Aesop when he was alive. This guy's all right. So that was the end of the ditch thing.
That was the end of the dish.
You
That
can
was
make
what
a-
I wanted.
You can make a giant fake dragon.
Right.
That was the joke.
we'll
Is
get
making
more.
a dragon to prank people.
Yeah,
Pretty
just
cool.
a funeral. Big funeral. A big cemetery.
mass graves.
Yeah.
What do you think about this?
I like
Mass grave.
that. I was like, that's my favorite.
Yeah, having a mass grave.
Yeah.
It would be kind of cool if there was just one big cemetery. Instead
I
of
like that
a
it's
couple.
really long.
Have you been to the one on 51st Street that has like 3 headstones?
No.
It's really funny. It's like a new cemetery. It's like on it's like 51st right after
That
Lamar,
one's
I think.
old.
I guess it's
The
old,
one
but
that's
there's
next. That's where they buried all the.
like the state hospital.
Yeah.
But there's like no
It's like a
headstones.
Potter's Field. Yeah. Well, they don't. None of them are identified.
Oh, okay. So it's all full of bodies. I
Yeah.
wondered that.
Yeah.
Because you can only see like 4 headstones. So
Yeah,
this is
because it's all poor people.
just laughing thinking
Yeah.
about there's 4 guys buried there.
No, there's a lot.
There's a lot.
I think there's a lot.
Oh.
Yeah, man.
Man, that's sad.
I think there's a lot.
I thought it was just a new cemetery.
No, I think
Like,
it's real old,
the-
and it's just where they would
fresh.
bury people they don't care about.
A
Yeah.
fresh cemetery. Oh, God.
Who's? I think the Dallas guy, because what's his
Ah.
Jonathan Pace has the joke about the guy that Dallas is named after. Jason Dallas, whatever, Mr. Dallas.
Cameron Dallas.
Yeah, he's buried there, and he doesn't have a headstone.
That's fucked up.
But
So
he was a
it's-
jerk. He was a jerk, and no one liked.
Oh, cool. So it's the saddest thing ever?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's what
nice.
Dallas is named after.
Dallas is named after
I don't know. Yeah,
a guy.
something. He's buried there. That thing you're describing.
Man, he just died in a hospital
I
in
think
Austin,
so,
and
something
nobody
like that.
picked him up.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. A lot of pine boxes, a lot of cardboard coffins
Right.
in there.
Pottersfield, Boot Hill, sort of Boot Hill.
Yeah, sort of Boot Hill.
I bet their boots were there for a little bit.
Yeah, their boots have long disintegrated, but they just don't give them coffins. That sucks.
How much time are we?
Oh, that's so sad. That's pretty good. Fitty.
Should we try to do a small one or another thing? We can do a small one. I got a small
We'll
one.
do a small one.
We'll do a small one.
Fuck it.
Pull out the rag.
From the rag.
Got the rag. What page? I wrote down the page.
Is that the guy who drew the Oat Willies thing? Is that the
Yes.
same guy?
Yes.
Nice.
Gilbert Shelton.
Gilbert Shelton, we love him.
He makes the fabulous furry Freak Brothers.
Yeah.
We want. Oh yeah, 253. Okay.
Oh, we're still working off that first list we made.
Yeah.
I like that. That's good stuff. right.
Okay. So this is.
So you're in
called-
Austin and it's 1973.
1975 is when this article is from.
You're
This
just reading the
is
newspaper.
Weekly newspaper, I think, that was distributed. I think it was weekly.
You just dropped acid with a homeless guy on Guadalupe. And you're chilling at Barton Springs or whatever.
Right,
the
you're at
fuck.
Hippie Hollow.
Yeah, you're thinking about starting
You're
a
at Zilker.
smoothie place called Juiceland.
Yeah.
You're considering opening a place called Juiceland.
Okay, so the name of the article is called "My Day on the Streets with a Hooker."
Hell yeah.
It's from April 21st, 1975, and the author credit is just Missy, Missy.
All right. Is it
So it's probably by a
trans
dude.
person?
Probably by just not even a trans person, just a dude
Okay.
who is writing. I don't know.
Missy.
Right.
All right.
Guy who wants to be perceived. I don't know. We'll see. Joan Bauer and I walked back from Maharini as she told me about her days in Austin and about her eventful past as a shady lady and later as an organizer for the hookers organization Coyote. Call off your old tired ethics.
Damn.
That's what Coyote stands for. I had been a bit embarrassed to ask her questions in the store. Joan doesn't think a thing of talking about turning tricks and about the hooker's life, but I just couldn't get used to it. Besides, what is there to say? As we went to Carol Oppenheimer's office, Joan told me she would welcome a monogamous relationship again. She's not tired, not worn out, apparently ready as ever to live a little and to love. Dang, so you'd think the hooker would be sad.
No, she loves
What's
it.
up on your phone? Are you ready to read?
I'm
what
looking
are
up-
you looking up
I'm
on your
looking at
phone?
Maharini.
I think it's a restaurant.
I'm trying to see if I can
You
still go
won't
there.
find any
All right.
information.
Yeah, fuck it.
This stuff isn't on the internet, guys. Sorry.
Damn it.
Is
It's right there. Oh wait, I read
As
that
we went?
after. No, this one.
Okay, some people usually asked her, in the several times I heard her speak, about whether she felt anything at all for her customers. Did she enjoy it?
Yes, I'm in love with all of them. They're all so cute, and I think about them.
They're all
and
my
I-
husbands. They're all my boyfriend. I talked to all of them. Did she enjoy it? Did she enjoy it?
Hell yes.
And the attractive, brief-speaking Frank Joan would explain. Being a hooker isn't something that little girls aim for in elementary school.
Hell yeah.
It didn't even occur to Joan until she had graduated from the University of California at Berkeley in psychology. Yeah, she learned her degree was useless. There she was unattractive, ambitious, education at the ready, and a secretary's drudgery waiting for her. 50 years of it. Yeah. She even tried it for a while, biting the bullet, but soon withered on the vine of straightness. A few drinks and a few bars for escapism, a few offers not turned down, then little by little, freelance whoring. Damn.
For my freelance.
Seems like she skipped some steps in the middle there. She was like a
Different.
secretary and got bored. No, she's
Freelance whoring.
a freelance whore.
I think that happens in Joan does a bit of freelance whoring in Mad Men.
Yeah, true.
To get the Jaguar account.
Yeah, freelance whoring. It's a fine method of getting ahead. The money coming in gave her freedom, pleasure. The money was very important.
Love
Hooking was a
money.
good job. Look, we're all prostitutes, right? Says Joan. I mean, we all do things that we don't want to do and do them for a little money. I wanted more money for doing something that was essentially more pleasant than dead-end jobs and was shorter, too. And I could relate to my customers. I chose them as much as they did me.
Whoa.
And both of us were happy.
Whoa.
The money relationship does formalize, but doesn't kill relationships. People pay their doctors, their psychiatrists. They respect them. And they respected me. It is others who mythologize the hooker who has to bear the load of a heavy mythology. She's supposed to be a nymphomaniac, diseased, wrong-sexed, power mad. I don't know what all. Wrong-sexed is a wild
Yeah, for
adjective.
if anybody's getting triggered at home, this is second wave feminism. Me and Conrad are probably on fourth or fifth wave.
I'm like on ninth or
10th
10th.
wave. But
Yeah.
this is second wave.
Kind of 10th wave feminist. Second wave,
Before
yeah.
they let intersectionality kind of
Right after women's lib. I think they were still calling it women's lib in this time. And they were wrong-sexed, power mad. I don't know what all. And many of them are none of these. Prostitutes have less VD than the general public, and many of today's hookers are mothers, friends, wives, artists, etc. The only thing that makes them criminals is a law making selling physical intimacy a crime.
Whoa.
It is not a crime. A woman has a rich variety of sexual responses. I, because of this, can enjoy sex with people who pay for it. I don't fall in love with them, but I do respect them. And they me. She already said that. Joan has recently become active in Coyote, which was founded by Margot St. James on Mother's Day 1973. Coyote wants to not only legalize prostitution, but to decriminalize it, to remove it from government control. Joan expressly regrets the aura of secrecy around her profession, or ex-profession. She says that many prostitutes need information and help regarding their rights and their service. If making the profession legal would mean ending it, she is still in favor of it. Her real interest is in allowing women to do what they want with their bodies and removing the stigma from women who do not want to earn money with sex.
Okay, so the name of the article was "My Day on the Streets with a Hooker."
It sounds like
That has nothing close to that has happened. She's met up with an ex-hooker
Yeah.
and is kind of chilling with her because she was scared to talk to her.
It sounds like you went to a
Inside.
seminar. Like, it sounds like you went to a thing to watch
Well,
her
the
speak.
Coyotes. She's hanging out with the Coyotes.
Despite the problems of criminality, Coyote is growing, if not prospering. Oh, good. I wonder what's up with Coyote now. Its last Hooker's Ball was called a surrealist nightmare, a combination of Mardi Gras, Halloween, and a walking rummage sale.
Whoa.
Damn, got him.
We've been there.
Fucking blasted him.
Been to that.
The Hooker's
Been to
Ball.
that nowadays.
I'm actually emceeing the Hooker's Ball.
Hooker's Ball at Spider House.
It's being held at the Capital One Lounge.
The Volcom.
At PacSun. The PacSun Hooker's Ball. Featuring Flea. A meet and greet with Flea. He will not play any bass. The San Francisco Examiner said in bold print, if it wasn't there, it doesn't exist. The Bizarre Ball was the social event of the year for homosexuals, bisexuals, trisexuals, transsexuals,
My trisexuals.
non-sexuals, you're a bit of a non-sexual, and other minorities who feel they are discriminated against. St. James says that America treats hookers like men treat women. Men perpetuate the myth that a woman is guilty in the sex sale, but not the man. And men think women are looking for a fucking even if they are just looking up.
Wow.
Dang. They think they want to fuck all the time, but then they think they're sluts if they fuck.
Exactly.
Ain't that the
Exactly.
truth?
Catch 22.
It is true.
Catch
Adam
60
thinks that way.
Catch 69.
Adam actually agrees with that. If you don't want to give that impression, you have to go through life with your eyes down, avoiding contact. Why the hell do women have to avoid looking people in the eye? Men are the solicitors. They should be equally guilty.
Yes.
They entice with their money. I think we should replace the Pussy Patrol, vice squads, with Peter Maids, women cops who go around busting men who are offering money and trying to pick us up. Yeah, busting men.
Got a bust.
They're busting men. They're busting men who are trying to bust. The Coyote people want to let prostitutes earn their living in the most efficient way possible. They want to improve the standards of business and possibly democratize the benefits of sex sales. Chapters of Coyote spring up like mushrooms. Some liberalizing. They're a lot like a fungus. That's a good simile there. Some liberalizing.
Mushrooms, man, they're freaks.
That's true. It's Austin. Keep it weird, man. Some liberalizing is being seen in California, where one judge recently ruled that police cannot trap women into enticement. Another ruling, also current, is that prostitutes picked up no longer can be held in prison pending the results of a mandatory VD test. The test was used for punishment. Oh, they would like violently swab them or something.
Yeah, it sounds bad.
Yeah, they would just always. But now they're not doing that. They're not
There's a
testing
law.
people. It's illegal to test for STDs.
Right.
So yeah, the next article is a woman's voice from prison. It sounds like a
We weren't reading that one. We were just reading this
successor.
one.
It's over.
Right, yeah. We
Yeah.
can discuss what happened, though.
It's pretty crazy.
Are you okay?
I'm
Do-
okay. Yeah, I'm chilling. I was just saying that the next one seems like it's like follows
It's
it
not
up.
by Missy. And it's
Yeah,
from,
true.
It's from the same article, though. It's from the same day.
Yeah, I'm just surprised at how fast she started whoring. That's what struck me.
Right.
Lord.
We never got to see what was the title said. My day on the streets with the whore.
I thought, yeah,
The
it
hooker.
sounds like he's gonna like
That was just
shadow
that
her,
lady.
like do a ride along.
And it was like she doesn't even do it anymore.
She doesn't do it anymore.
She doesn't do it anymore.
But he's still calling her a hooker.
He's hanging out. She's hanging out.
She's hanging. She just
They're hanging
chills.
out. Yeah.
And prostitutes have less VD.
But
I'm
they
not-
said monogamous. I've never heard people say monogamous before. I didn't know. I thought that was a newer word.
monogamist.
They used it earlier. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting because it's from 50 years ago.
Yeah, it's crazy. People mostly talk about. Yeah, that is a new word. But she just started. She was. I want to know how long she was a secretary for, and then she was just going to a bar, and
You're
then
not
just,
entitled to her story, Conrad.
I'm not entitled to her stories in the publication. Okay, all right, I'm okay.
They told you what they want. It was mostly about just getting sex workers' rights.
Yeah.
Letting them know what's up.
I think that's good.
Yeah.
What's the state of sex workers' rights today?
It's illegal.
It's illegal.
Still illegal, pretty
Sex
much.
work?
Yeah.
But this is like a similar argument for like the OnlyFans stuff. You know, I feel like this same exact argument's getting made now.
Sure.
I don't know. Whatever. All right, that didn't really go anywhere. That's fine, and I'm fine with that. Keep it moving.
Let me read it.
We'll keep it moving.
Yeah, it started on Mother's Day. That was interesting.
Is Coyote still active? Coyote,
Yeah, man, we're not gonna. Yeah, you
not
love
Googling?
googling
I
stuff.
wanna
You're
Google.
addicted to your phone, man. You're a baby who's addicted to your phone, and you can't concentrate on one thing that we're reading.
I just want to read the next thing.
Right. But yeah,
Yeah, that is true. I do not know. I need to get better at like analyzing.
you
shit.
gotta lock in. Yeah.
Here's what's scary is I thought I was locked in.
Right.
I want to learn more about sex workers' rights.
Right.
So
Where could you go?
where do I go?
Do you have a phone number that you can read?
Yeah.
Is there a hotline that we can call to ask about the state of Coyote? What's up with Coyote?
Just ask Jeeves about.
Jeeves? Jeeves, what's going on with these hookers? These Texas hookers.
What do they do now?
So, do you think that was a real lady? That could have been a fake lady.
I think it was him. I think it was the author.
I think it was just a guy.
I think it was just the author making it up.
Yeah.
Like pretending that he's cool and that he's hanging out with a hooker.
Right.
But he couldn't. That's.
I mean, it was a woman wrote it. It's a Missy wrote it.
Well, you said it was a guy.
I said maybe,
Yeah.
but
it
that's
could be.
not. You can't just use that later like you thought of it.
I'm using it against you.
Yeah, against me.
I'm
Like it's
holding it
fact
against
when
you
I was like, maybe it's that.
in a court of law. Yeah. Do you think it kind of sounds fake because she didn't do any like
Who knows?
stories?
It was mostly just kind of about Coyote.
Yeah.
Just let him know about it.
Just letting people know about Coyote.
But that would be cool.
Also, there was the word "fuck" in it. I thought that was remarkable.
Yeah, you could
That
curse.
that's in a newspaper.
You can curse.
You could put "fuck" in the newspaper.
Yeah.
Damn.
No one cares.
No one cares.
Oh, there was one about how it's really cheap to print it. We should read that. Let me try to find that.
All right. Close it out with how cheap it is to print it.
Yeah. Just about how they're just surviving and printing it.
How cheap do you think it is?
How cheap?
Couple
I think it's
cents.
15 cents
Cents.
an issue, or I don't know, 15 cents a page, 12 cents a letter.
There's so many.
Bet every issue cost like less than $1,000.
It did cost less than $1,000 for sure. Is there anything?
Okay, let's read this one about Wheatsville.
Wheatsville. They had Wheatsville.
Okay, here it is.
They had
Wheatsville.
Wheatsville.
Wheatsville, a different kind of food co-op. This is from Anonymous, May 2nd, 1976.
Anonymous. This guy's about to say.
If
some
you live in
shit.
the West Campus neighborhood and are tired of shopping at Cash and Carry or any of the other rip-off establishments in the area, then Wheatsville Co-op may be just the food store for you,
Damn.
offering alternative shopping patterns and prices comparable to the large supermarkets in town. Located at 2901 North Lamar, not where it is anymore, Wheatsville is Austin's newest food co-op. That's interesting. I didn't ever thought of it. That's where that like abandoned place is, like on the corner of Lamar and 29th.
Where's
You know what I
the popsicle place? No.
It used to be like a bicycle store,
Oh yeah.
and now there's just graffiti all over it. But yeah, I think that's where that is because it's 2901 North Lamar. Okay, the Avenues and Woody Hills as the city's only member-owned and operated food stores. The name Wheatsville is taken from the community of freed black slaves that settled in what is now the West Campus area immediately after the Civil War. The name itself was derived from Mr. James Wheat, one of the 161 black residents that inhabited the settlement in 1870. The original inhabitants of the neighborhood have since been driven out by the whites, making no pretense about their intention to force the blacks out of the neighborhood. Today, only one original resident of Wheatsville remains. Opened in March, Wheatsville Food Co-op is the result of many long months of planning and searching for both a location and for loans to cover initial capital expenses. The financing of the ventures to date has come mainly from loans by the UT student government and from various individuals interested in the project.
Wait. Did white people steal health food from black people?
No, this is the land.
Oh, okay.
The land is called Wheatsville.
Because James Wheat owned it. Okay.
Right.
I thought he
So
had
it's-
the store.
No,
thought
the
he had the
store,
store
it's
still.
called Wheatsville. Wheatsville is taken from the community of freed black slaves that settled
Got
on West
it.
Campus. That's
Got it.
called Wheatsville.
Got it.
And there's only one left. Today, only one original resident of Wheatsville remains.
One original
One original resident.
One original resident of Wheatsville. Still with me. Weed the story.
Opened in March, Wheatsville Food Co-op is the result of. Oh, I already read that part. While Wheatsville is similar to other Austin food co-ops, there are two important areas that make it quite different: its financing and its inventory. Whereas other co-ops depend on a product markup, 20% for members, the West Campus store is funded by its members through a direct charge system. It is also aiming to be a full-line co-op and will attempt to provide whatever its members want, be it organic spinach or ground beef. While a direct charge system may seem mysterious and complicated, it is actually very simple and easy to understand. Operating expenses are estimated, and this amount is divided among the members, who have a choice of paying this fee on a weekly or monthly basis. Goods are purchased at wholesale prices, with the direct charges taking the place of the markup. The system has the potential of being much safer than a reliance on a markup, since income can be more carefully regulated rather than depending on sales volume. The direct charges fee at Wheatsville is presently $1.50 a week or $6 a month. This type of financing encourages members to buy as many items as possible from the co-op, since the expense is the same for those buying a little as a lot. This is one of the main reasons that Wheatsville is trying to have a wide inventory with an emphasis on one-stop shopping, as the more one can buy from the store, the cheaper it becomes. Popcorn.
They're all owners. Are you an owner of the co-op? Are you an owner of this co-op? What's that guy who works at Wheatsville? His name's like Silver Surfer or something.
I don't really go there.
He's
Is he bald?
looks like a skinny Dom. He's like a ponytail goatee guy.
But his name says Silver
And his
Surfer.
name is like Silver Bird or Silver Wing or something
Okay.
like that.
I'm sure he'll want to come on.
Hey man, I love you. Silver Bird, you're
Much
my friend.
respect.
Are you at the
Meet us
cheaper
at
it
Vape
becomes?
City?
The cheaper it becomes was the last one you read? Let's go get some jerk chicken at Bickle. The day-to-day operation of the store is carried on by a paid workers collective, and larger decisions are made
I didn't read that.
by the general... Oh, with Coca-Cola?
Yeah, I
The
didn't read
philosophy that people should eat what they want also helps to explain the wide selection of items that it hopes to have, which presently includes such products as Coca-Cola.
that. Let's go!
They got Coca-Cola at Wheatsville. At the co-op, $1.50 a month, all the Coke you can drink, along with more traditional health foods. The day-to-day operation of the store is carried on by a paid workers collective, and larger decisions are made by the general membership and an elected board of directors. Members are required to work there 3 hours a month or pay a $3 a month fee. The only other obligation is that members must agree to purchase a membership capital at $2.50 a unit, buying 2 units at the first month and 1 each subsequent month until 20 units are purchased,
I don't know.
for a total of $50. This sounds like a bit of a
I don't know.
Ponzi scheme. Because it's if you want to be a leader, you got to just pay more money. Are
Are you reading it now, or
Scientology
you're making
rules.
some
I'm interpreting.
observations?
Making an observation. This last fee is a loan. The $50 thing is a loan made for necessary capital improvements and is refundable in full if a member should decide to leave the co-op. Okay. You just have to pay
I'm
$50.
deciding to leave.
$50 to be like an elder, to be like on the board of directors. That should be an option at Wheatsville now.
Yeah.
You can get an owner card, but it's also you can get a board of directors card. You decide.
Fire people.
Yeah, you can fire people. You can promote them. You can fire them, you can change. You can decide what pastries they make. Wheatsville will hopefully provide, here we go. Wheatsville will hopefully provide a needed service to the West Campus area, offering food and other items as well as providing a nucleus for social and political gathering.
Wow.
That's what I like about Wheatsville.
And now we know Beto O'Rourke was the senator. He won the race,
definitely
and it was
won.
because of Wheatsville.
Wheatsville, because it's an absolute nucleus.
It was a nucleus in the political.
Yeah, man. I want to go to Wheatsville and just loudly say, like, man, this place is like a nucleus.
What a hub!
This is
the
a
community.
really good hub for social and political gathering.
I love driving my Subaru here.
The new co-op is still in a stage of physical development, so if you're interested in helping to make Wheatsville a success, then drop on by and sign up and give us your fucking money. Non-members are also welcome to come and look around. But you can't
You
touch
added
shit.
that one part?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't do that?
I don't know. It's hard when they write loose. It's hard when they're writing in a similar voice to what you're saying.
Don't riff.
It's
Yeah.
hard to.
Sorry.
If it was like an 18th century one, you could tell.
Yeah, it's just I'm trying to. I don't
Right.
know. I'm trying to add. I'm reading and then not reading.
If you want to comment, you should pause in the reading.
Do I need to like indicate and be like, I'm now speaking from my mind and not reading.
Well, you could. I just
And
would
give
know.
us your money. Now I am reading. I am no longer improvising. Non-members are also welcome to come and look around.
Well, you could change the person talking. You could say,
Yeah. Me. Author.
They. If
Reader.
they say they, you could use the word instead of they. Say the co-op.
Right. Yeah. Hey, I see what you mean. I'm not going to stop, though. I'm never going to stop doing that.
Sure.
Wheatsville, it's
I
nothing
didn't
like
know
this
it's
now.
that old.
Yeah, that is surprising that it's been
They
around.
do make you.
It's
I
also
think they
just named
do
after-
charge you $1.50 for no reason sometimes.
Yeah. For Austin Pets Alive?
Something. Yeah.
Well, like, is there benefits to that still?
know.
I don't think there is. It's just a membership thing,
join
but it's
the
called an
thing.
owner. Like, I think that's just the title of the
Maybe
rewards.
it's like REI. They send you the
REI is like
refund.
an actual
You get
co-op.
the refund.
Yeah, you get money at the end of the year.
Yeah, because you're a part owner.
But Wheatsville doesn't do that. I just think
Right,
you're
I think
just
they
called
just
an
pay
owner.
the people. Yeah, I
You're an owner in name.
think you get to vote on stuff if there's ever a vote.
Yeah. You get to vote. I would vote for them to put more donuts in the thing.
There's an episode of King of the Hill where he works at a food co-op.
Nice.
It's pretty funny.
Does he call it communist? Does he
But
it's
he's
a
worried at
communist
first.
thing?
Yeah, you'd think he'd hate it, but
Yeah.
he really likes the produce and stuff. Like he's like, this is good produce.
It is nice. But it is really expensive. I would pay a monthly thing. I would do that.
Right.
I would go to Wheatsville, give them $50 a month
Of course.
for unlimited groceries.
It's not unlimited. What do you think it's unlimited?
It encourages
be
people to buy.
unlimited?
It encourages people to buy more. It's unlimited, dude. Because everyone who's a member, they put in the fee,
Right.
and then that's all the money to get the food. And then they've already been paid.
I think it's discounted. That's where the discount
and it's
comes from.
unlimited.
No,
I feel like you would have to pay like
I think it's bottomless,
2,000
at
a
least.
I don't think so.
At the very least, it's bottomless.
Bottomless groceries.
Bottomless groceries.
I
Yeah.
think they have those.
You can get anything.
I don't think
You
they
get
have
2 for $20, bottomless groceries.
Dang.
Bottomless groceries found only at Wheatsville. So go and check out Wheatsville.
Yeah, they're
Come
doing
to
all-
Austin.
What's this picture say?
This is just a drawing of what it says. What we can't do alone, we can do together. And it's a bunch of cartoon people with very stoic faces. None of them are smiling.
And
it
that's
says
what Wheatsville.
they're holding a flag that says
Yeah.
strength and unity.
So
And,
yeah, this is a grocery store near where we live.
This is a grocery store that likes to think they stand for
It's a
something.
fancy grocery store.
Yeah, it's now just
It will
Whole Foods.
soon be absorbed by Whole Foods.
It will soon be Whole Foods.
I'm more of a what's it called? What's the other one?
Central Market.
What's the one by Hyde Park?
Oh, Fresh Plus.
Fresh Plus. More of a Fresh Plus guy.
Is there a Fresh Plus?
Nah, I don't think
story
there
in
is
here?
a Fresh Plus story. It wasn't started by hippies,
Okay.
so they're not going to cover it.
Fresh Plus is great.
We love Fresh Plus.
Fresh Plus is kind of what Wheatsville fucking says they are.
Sure.
Because their stuff's not super expensive, and then it's also just full of nice people. And that's what Wheatsville
Yeah,
used
great-
to be
Great music.
before they got Silver Street in there.
Silver Surfer.
Silver Sun Pickups.
Yeah, I love
works
Silver
in there.
Pickups.
Anyway, thanks for. Do we thank them for listening? Do you want
Nah,
to
we
keep
can just
reading?
close it out.
All right.
We can just any
Bye.
final thoughts. Union.
Email us.
Email us.
Oh yeah!
Email
Don't forget
us
that email.
the email like that.
bookscrounge@gmail.com.
Scrounge out.
Andrew will check it.
Yeah, I'm totally logged in.
Goodbye.
Totally already logged in.
Goodbye.